Off and racing from the 1200 metres. The Debt Collector first to go from Percy into second. About 2 lengths back then on the fence is Hi-Yo Sue and Sadler's Rock over on the outside. They've gone through the 1,000 already in the Debt Collector. Buddy Lammas, the winner of 5, the horse is, and led by a length and a quarter here from Percy. Had the 5 race day outings and 2 wins. 800 metre marker, they reach it now. A length back on the fence is Hi-Yo Sue and Sadler's Rock for Mick D. Lisa Ladder just on the outside of it. So they've all got a shot at the gold here as they complete the 600 metre point. And the Debt Collector is a narrow leader from Percy, moving up on the outside now for Miranda Ravitsky. A gap of 2 or 3 away now to Hi-Yo Sue near the centre. And over on the outside here is Sadler's Rock, who's urged along a bit by Mick D. They're fanning very wide as they enter the straight now. Bit of new turf out there. They come to the 250s, and Percy just the leader. Sadler's Rock is starting to appear as well. The early lead of the Debt Collectors in the centre, then up against or nearest the inside is Hi-Yo Sue. It's Percy in charge, trying on the outside. Sadler's Rock. Percy from Sadler's Rock, and Percy goes home and a win by a length and a half from Sadler's Rock, about 4 lengths away, Hi-Yo Sue, and then the Debt Collector. Excuse me, they're off and running now from the mile. Ballroom from the inside jumped away okay. Nice effort here, though, from a wideish draw by General Lee, and that'll take charge on that first bend. General Lee from Ballroom running second. Moving up on the outside then was Storm and Norman. A break of 2 lengths away at the 1400 to Time to Spark, and 2 lengths off them now General back then to Proposition Joe, and against the inside is Astana. So they enter the back straight, and General Lee is the leader now at the 1200 metre marker from one of its stablemates, Storm and Norman, who's been seen in the hurdle roll, led these two now by a length and a half to Ballroom in the clear. A break then to Time to Spark. They're further back then to Proposition Joe, who's one off at the 1,000 metres to Astana, and Miranda Ravitsky up against the inside. 7 lengths top to bottom, and General Lee was the early leader, but Storm and Norman shows out now by about a long neck at the 800 metre marker from General Lee. 3 lengths away then to Ballroom, about to be joined by Time to Spark, who appears to be travelling all right. Back then to Astana and Proposition Joe. Kevin Myers' entry here has gone back to last. They've got 600 metres to go. And the leader is Storm and Norman from General Lee. Over on the outside then was Ballroom, in the centre is Time to Spark, who's getting into contention. 2 lengths Astana, and Proposition Joe and Mick D will sight them all as they enter the straight. They swing and go 300 metres out. Storm and Norman steered to the outside by Buddy Lammas from Time to Spark in the centre. They're followed then by one of the early leaders, General Lee. Ballroom's under pressure but starting to roll into it out deep. Back and behind them Astana, and further back then to Proposition Joe. It's Storm and Norman. Ballroom's trying hard. Back and behind them Time to Spark. Still General Lee from Ballroom. General Lee in charge. Storm and Norman in charge. Storm and Norman's going to win. Second is Ballroom. Third is Time to Spark. A break then to General Lee. Then came Astana and Proposition Joe. Headcase, Mendine. There they go from the 1600 metres now. Headcase missed the kick, got back in the early part. Good beginning by Lion Man, but drifted back to be last as they go to that first bend. And Mendine will take charge here for Mick D and open up by a couple of lengths on the run through that bend. Running second then, the next is Bunkered, and they're followed back and behind them now as they settle. Back there to Stanley, who's third. 2 lengths away then to Headcase. The Lion Man is over on the outside then of Mr. Moore. So in the back straight they go. Mendine by a length and a half now will freewheel to the front. Bunkered and Miranda Ravitsky second. Against the inside is Stanley for Vanessa Johnston. They both got the same coloured caps, those girls. Must have been shopping in the same place. About 3 lengths away then, the next is Headcase. A length back then to Mr. Moore, the jumper, who was minor placed, and if I recall, the McGregor Grunt. Over on the outside of that then is Lion Man and Shannon Doyle. So through the back they go, and it's still Mendine leading the way now. They go towards the 800 metres. A length back then to Bunkered, and Stanley against the inside. Racing in the clear will be Headcase, the Bill Thurlow entry here. They're followed back now by Mr. Moore for Adam Donald, who had his first winner very recently. Is actually last and being joined then by Lion Man, who pushes on to be second to last. So they pack up a bit here, no change up front, and Mendine is still in charge for Mick D, led the way. Stanley's running second. They're followed then by Headcase, and just ahead of Headcase as they enter the straight then was Bunkered. A gap of 2 away then to Lion Man, and over against the inside is Mr. Moore. They come to the straight. 220 to go. Mendine under a bit of pressure now. Stanley in the centre. Wider out then is Headcase. She's starting to let down. Alongside of it now is Bunkered. Further back then Mr. Moore. And Lion Man is last of all. It's Mendine. About to be claimed though by Stanley in the centre. And Stanley's got to race away with this and beat Mendine. Headcase is third, followed by Bunkered. A gap then to Mr. Moore. And a distance away Lion Man. And they're in, so they're all set here. 3-year-old catch, 800 metres, set to go. Elusive Jane, ready from the inside gate. She was last in and first away by a margin. Also getting in handy was Tomata's horse, and around them quickly then. The next to travel will be going around them smartly, Dan Road. That drew out about the centre. It's made the front, Dan Road, from Dixie Express. With it there too as they settle now was Tomata's horse and Riley Lincoln. So the latter trio are running very handy at this point. Over against the inside Elusive Jane. Further back in the field then to Master Craftsman's Filly. Then we've got an Any Suggestion Berlina, and followed further back in the field now by Any Suggestion Cult. And in behind it is Sand Trap Dan Road. Inside it's floated to the centre. It was out a little wide. It's floated right to the centre Dan Road from Elusive Jane against the inside. Wider out then looking to push on late as Dixie Express, but Dan Road in charge here. Local wins. Dan Road's going to win. Second, Elusive Jane. Third, Dixie Express. They're followed by Any Suggestion Berlina. Then came Riley Lincoln. The next one over the line would have been the Sand Trap. In the centre there as they went by the Master Craftsman Filly. And gaps the other two there was Tomata's horse. And dropping back then was the Sand Trap. Ready to go? There they're off from the 800 metre marker now. Pentire was a bit awkward, and so too was Lucky Unicorn Colt. They get back to be a conspicuous rear duo. Up front, My Ella Rose right onto the speed, and Cool Belt was handy. So too then was Strategic Image. Over on the outside running that first bend. The next is Pop Hit. Back and behind then the Elusive City Filly. 2 lengths off them now was Montanique taking the short way home. Back then Strategic Image, and Pentire Filly was last, but looking to make play into the straight. They've got 300 metres to travel here, and the quartet coming very wide nearest us. Pop Hit is one, Strategic Image in the centre. They're followed through then as they come on down by My Ella Rose and Cool Belt. And way against the inside, Montanique is certainly on a race of its own here. Montanique, but out in the centre. Cool Belt is just the leader. Strategic Image, Cool Belt to win. Strategic Image second. Third, it's pretty tight. It's either My Ella Rose or Montanique. Wider out then was Pop Hit. Back and behind the Elusive City Filly. Then came as they went over Lucky Unicorn, and the Pentire Filly will be the last one to go by.